I'm gonna share my screen here. So Updater is a tool that I think we found out about through Art of Home.
Right.
So we adopted it into our system. And the way this is going to work is we'll run a report once a week that's going to have all the RESPA triggered purchase loans with the closing date. That gets uploaded to Updater. Updater takes that based on the closing date. And whenever the closing date is, if it's within 3 weeks, the email will be queued up to go out right away that next day. So usually on Mondays or Tuesdays. If it's more than 3 weeks out, they've just put in the database and the email gets queued up to go out about 3 weeks before closing. And what it does is it invites our customers into a portal that's branded to you that helps them connect their TV, internet, forward their mail, notify accounts and records, and find and reserve a moving company. And then we can also add up to 5 different other milestones or vendors, 5 throughout the company. We can use company-wide or individual milestone vendors, but it's 5 total. So we need to kind of, as a company, decide how that's going to work.
A maximum of 5 or 5 additional?
5 additional over what they do. So okay. I'll show you here. This is what the email, Tammy will do a better demo. I was just pulling this up before she got on, but this is what the email that goes out looks like. This will go out. It shows the move date. It shows how many days away they are from the move date. They'll get an invitation and they'll get 2 reminders 2 days apart. You also have time, if it's a client that you don't think would want this, or if you want to change the personalized message that goes to your client, you'll have a dashboard that you can log into. I'd probably log into it every Monday to look at the dashboard. You can pull up a client. You can add personalized message before that email goes out because it queues up and goes out in 2 days. So it does give you time to go in and delete or change that email if you want something more than the kind of standard email that's going to go out. But what happens is they go in, they get this portal. It's going to show your logo, your information, when their move date is, how many days away from the move date they are, and
John,
then just things.
Tammy's in now.
Okay, well, let's let Tammy take over because she can show this better than me. Let me stop my share here.
See if I can find her.
You want to unmute?
Tammy, can you hear us?
Tammy.
Sorry about that, guys. Can you hear me now?
Yep. You can.
I was muted in 2 locations. I apologize.
No
Jordan is actually leading our presentation today, so I just pinged her to see if she can pop in, but let me pull this up on my end while we're waiting for her.
I had just gotten started sort of introducing them to the portal, but you of course can do a better job. So I'll let you take over.
Awesome. Were we looking
I
at?
just added her, so she should be on here in a sec.
Got it. Okay. Were you just talking about what it looks like to the mover, or were we looking at what it looks like for the loan officers?
What it looks like for the client and the loan officer.
Okay.
But just start where you would normally.
Okay. Jordan, are you ready to go, or do you want me to jump in?
Oh, no, I'm ready.
Perfect. All right.
All right. Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for having us on. My name is Jordan Trujillo. I am the Client Success Manager here at Updater. We'll keep this short. I know time is valuable this morning, but the goal here is just kind of giving you a little bit of overview of what the Updater platform has to offer, and then kind of give a run through of what it'll look like on your end once you receive your login information later this week or within a week's time. So keep a lookout for that. I'm going to go ahead and just pause my video for a little while and then kind of jump into my presentation. So just a couple of things I do want to highlight is, So Updater basically is a moving concierge service. Just a few highlights of, maybe think about the last time that you moved yourself. This can kind of really be a stressful time. Not only are you probably purchasing a new home or a second home, you have all the stress of that. You also have to kind of put together a list of tasks, moving your stuff, hooking up your TV internet, connecting your utilities, and the list can kind of go on and on. So in a nutshell, that is where Updater will step in. Not only are we able to save your clients and your borrowers hours and headaches and hassles and help them prepare for the move, we're also going to be able to set you up for success later on, creating a positive referral cycle for you. So your home buyers are having a really great interaction, a positive experience, allowing you to have a competitive edge. I know that there are a lot of lenders out there. The competition can kind of be a little close. So this is a great way to set yourself apart. And then you also have the option of customizing the client experience, which I'll go into in a little bit detail when I go into the application that you'll log into as a loan officer. Just kind of a quick update on how Updater works is we are going to pull basic client information from Encompass. We're going to get a batch report in a weekly basis. We're going to know where all the status is of your borrowers. We're going to create invites automatically through that report that we're getting, queue them up, and then based on kind of some timing that we have set in place, we're going to fire an invitation off to your borrowers within about 35 days of closing. That's just kind of the sweet spot where they're really going to start moving forward. Maybe you're generating closing documents, things are kind of moving forward, so they're ready to move. Again, all this is going to happen automatically behind the scenes. And then your clients are going to be able to engage with the Updater platform on their end and kind of complete their tasks for moving. Again, we're just going to start creating these invitations. We need a first name, last name, email address, moving address or a property address, as well as a closing date. And then we're going to start triggering those based on days out of anticipated close date. So you don't have to worry about going in here and pushing out invitations, creating them. The great thing is that is all going to happen automatically. And then a couple of things is we want to keep you in the loop about what's going out to your borrowers. So you'll also be able to get a 2-day reminder sent to your inbox of saying, hey, it's Dave's moving date is coming up. We're going to send him an invite. This gives you just an opportunity to make edits to the invite if things have changed along the way, or you can cancel all of these, cancel them as kind of a one-off basis. Just gives you a little bit more power on your end of controlling what's being sent out. And then again, we can always turn off these notifications if they're getting a little bit too heavy in your inbox. Last thing I do want to highlight before we jump into the application is you're going to be able to have a premium account. The benefits of having the premium account is that you can really customize this experience, not only for yourself, but for your borrowers. You'll be able to upload a headshot, add in some social media profiles. If you want to link a LinkedIn or a Facebook page. And then I think the biggest benefit is you can customize the invite message that your borrowers are receiving. This gives you a huge opportunity of going in there and making just some personal touches. You can do this as kind of a updating your entire default message. Maybe you have a tagline that you like to use or want to kind of personalize things based on your own workflow as a loan officer. And you can also update these individually based on borrowers. So if you have a new home buyer and you really want to highlight that they are purchasing their first home, you can go in there on a case-by-case basis and make updates. I'm going to pause just for a quick second and see if anybody has any questions before I kind of dive in and give you guys an overview of what it's going to look like on your end.
Doesn't seem like it.
Awesome. All right. So as I mentioned, you will be getting an update, an invitation to claim your Updater account in the next week or so. We'll just kind of finalize some details on our end. But once you receive that invitation, you're going to want to go ahead and go in and claim your Pro app account. That's kind of where your interface is going to be with the Updater platform. Once you've claimed your account, a couple of housekeeping rules is you'll be automatically always taken to this dashboard. So the dashboard here is going to be your home base of all of the invites that are being sent out and the status of what they are within the Updater platform. So as I mentioned, we're going to get all of that information automatically from a report directly in Encompass. And based on the closing date for those incoming loans, we're going to either queue up invitations or get them scheduled or send them out. So we're always hitting that 35-day time frame before the loan closes. So as you can see, I've got a couple in here. I'm a big Friends fan, so all of my demo borrowers are friends' names. But you can kind of see I've got a couple that are scheduled out to send. I've got one that actually my borrower has claimed their account. They've created an Updater account, and it sounds like they're using the platform. From here, you can make edits to any of your invitations that currently haven't been sent out. So you can cancel an invite from here or from that 2-day reminder that you get previously, or you can go in and make edits right here. This is where you would be able to customize that invitation message on a per borrower basis right here. So that's the dashboard. And then as you're kind of on the Updater platform, you're going to start to see this queue kind of line up of historically what's been sent out to all of your borrowers previously and coming up in the future. Another caveat is kind of that branding section. So this is where you're going to really be able to elevate your Updater profile. We're going to have the Zenith Home Loans logo on there for everybody, but then you can add in your own personal headshots. So this is going to be displayed on all of the invitations that your movers have. It's going to be highlighted actually on their application internally, so they'll always know that you were their loan officer. And then you can go ahead and add in additional kind of customizations, such as additional info, again, a tagline, maybe you just want to put a little blurb there, your website or an application page that if they do forward on, you're always going to have that apply now. And then you can link in your Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Once you have your branding set up, I would recommend also going into this message section right here. This is just going to let you know what our default message is. This is created by our marketing team internally at Updater. It's a great friendly message, so feel free to use this. You don't have to go in here and make changes, but one, it just gives you an idea of what's being communicated out to your borrowers, as well as gives you an opportunity to make changes if you would like. So if you want to spend some time putting together a unique message that's on brand with what you're offering and kind of your style, feel free to go in here, use as much of the content as you would like, or you can completely scrap it and start over and come up with something on your own. One thing also to note is within the Updater platform as well is you don't have to rely on automation. It's a great key factor. You don't have to think twice about it. I know loans are happening. You're busy trying to close loans. So the last thing you want to do is have to come in here and remember to send out invitations as well. But in the event that you do want to send out something, you always have the option of sending invite manually. This is also a great option for friends and families, or, if maybe you have a agent that you're working with and you want to show them the benefit of Updater and kind of build a relationship that way, you can send them an invite. We just require first name, last name, email address, and then either a from address or a to address. Once you enter that information, an invite will go ahead and be sent out. The last thing I do want to highlight is this section right here where it says your name. You have in a my account section right here, which will actually take you to that branding section and allow you to update passwords and basic general housekeeping. You also have a resource center right here. So this will take you to a FAQ page where there's information not only about Updater, goes over the invites and how those are created, but there's also downloads that you can kind of print out and save that you can pass along to borrowers in case you're maybe wanting to build a marketing packet or just want to inform your clients of exactly what they'll be able to do with the Updater platform. That was pretty quick and concise. I'm not quite sure how much time I have left. I'm happy to kind of jump into what your borrowers will view on their end, or kind of just leave it open at this time for any questions.
John, you know more about this than I do. Whatever you think.
Yeah, let's just jump into what the client sees.
So once your borrower receives their update or their update or invite, they'll go through the same process, click the link, claim their account, and then they'll actually be taken to what we call our mover app. This is going to basically customize the mover experience for them. So as you can see, they're going to be able to see their name, their move date, where they're moving from to where they're moving to. And then we've laid this out in a really kind of seamless to-do list for them. So it's always at top is going to be time-sensitive to-dos. From here, they're going to be able to forward their mail. This is great because trying to get a hold of the USPS or dealing with their website can be a little daunting. So it's all right here. And then this will get it all set up in a timely fashion. We'll process the request and then they're ready to go for when they move. One thing to note too is I just found this out after starting at Updater is the USPS won't actually update any subscriptions. So if your borrower has any magazine subscriptions, they can go in here and basically a one-stop shop, pick and choose the different magazine articles that they are signed up for, and then also update those to their new address. My stepfather still has a subscription to Times and the People magazine. So this is a great option for him to go in here, pick a couple of different magazines. I like this feature a lot because it does kind of allow you to do multiple selections at once. So again, you can kind of put up the New York Times here. This will pull. Oh, there was a delay. I'll just do this one and then People. And then you'll go ahead and add as many as you would like, submit the updates, and then we'll take care of the rest and they're set to go for their new home. They'll also be able to sign up for movers. So I think this is also something that is a pretty wow factor for borrowers is this actually will allow your clients to have a in real-time comparison of local movers with real-time pricing. And not only do they get the comparison directly within the Updater platform, they'll also be able to reserve and secure moving for whenever they're ready to transfer over to their new home. So I'll just kind of walk through the steps right here. We've got hire a moving company. They can also do a do-it-yourself. This will help them purchase boxes or even do a rental truck, but I'll walk through this section. It's going to ask a couple of questions just to make sure that we're putting them in the right location and serving them answers that are relative to their specific move. So it's just a couple questions that they need to put together. I do apologize. I'm getting a little oops here. Give me 1 second. I will kind of talk through that. So what that's going to do is put together just a inventory list based on maybe a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. And then from that list, it tells our moving companies, okay, ballpark, they are about having, 100 tons of content that they need to move. They'll actually be able to put in a price comparison of, a couple of different moving companies. Same thing as kind of if you ever shop on Southwest, they give you the best time to fly. So if you fly on a Tuesday, here's your price. But if you fly on a Wednesday, your price is either lower or higher. So in this interface, they'll actually be able to pick and choose what is more cost effective for them. Once they've picked their moving company, they'll also be able to kind of go through the next steps, reserve the moving company. And then once that is set up, they'll be able to contact the moving company directly and make any changes or follow up. But again, it's all done directly within this interface. So they're not having to log out of something, log back into something, have multiple tabs open, because I know that's how I shop around sometimes. A couple of other things that are part of the mover side is they'll be able to set up TV and internet. So I've actually started this one. I think this is a great highlight for the platform is once tasks are completed, they'll actually be marked as complete, but there'll always be a notification letting the client know, hey, you've got an unopened task. Your move is only 2 weeks away. Let's make sure that we get that completed for you. So I'll go ahead and reopen my internet option. This is just going to let me know I had kind of previously looked at this option. It's still available. They can always go in and change the package and kind of research, what is available. This is another real-time option as well. We have direct integrations with Xfinity, which I know is local to Denver. I think CenturyLink is also in here. So they'll also be able to do a price comparison. And then all they'll have to do is actually call our call center and complete the transaction. We are working to have this be a little bit more seamless, but I think the benefit of having this option is it's not actually calling Xfinity. They don't have to talk to a rep there. They're calling one of our updater concierge members, and then they'll complete the transaction there for them. So the wait time is really less. You're not dealing with the headache of an actual true call center with a cable company, which I'm sure we've all dealt with Xfinity being in Denver. So that's a really nice positive there. A couple of other things is this utilities option, and then the unlock exclusive options. So this I think is an awesome one. Is it just kind of pulls up coupons that they can save for either their move or maybe when they've been in their house. Again, first time home buyers, maybe they want to stock up on Bed Bath and Beyond coupons and Target and buy all kinds of new things. So this is just some offers that you're positioned to kind of give them through this platform. The last step right here is the share your address, which I think is really nice because it is the very end. Ideally, your borrowers have gone through here, they've completed all their tasks, they're set up for their move, and they're very excited about the purchase of their new home. So they can go in here and they can create a custom message with their new location. So it'll say, I'm moving from Denver to this location in Denver. They can even customize the message. But down here below is going to be your logo and your photo. So it's always going to highlight you as their loan officer. So if they go in here and they share this to Facebook, LinkedIn, it's a nice announcement that they're able to have out there, but it'll always bring back attention to you as the person that helped them with this transaction. So this is just a really nice way to get your name out there, build referral business based on a simple social media post. And then you don't really have to do anything other than offering the value of the updater platform to your borrowers. So that is kind of the updater platform in a high level overview. I'll go ahead and just see if anybody has any questions at this time.
Jordan, can you talk about the customizations, how we can add our own vendors in there, where that goes?
Oh, certainly. Yeah. So with the platform, I'm going to switch back to this updater, the Pro app, is there's going to be a section right here called providers. So this allows you to add in your own unique providers. This can be a variety of different vendors that you're working with, maybe possibly home insurance agents. Maybe you have great cleaners that you'd like to recommend. Anybody that's kind of in that realm that's going to help them either prior to the move or after the move. So you can add these in here. It's just as simple as going add provider. We give you kind of just a template to work off of. So you would just need to put a name, a brief description, their contact information. This kind of works as almost like a directory. So you want to make sure that your borrowers have the up-to-date information to call the providers. And then you can even put in a logo here. Once that's set up, on each of your borrowers' mover experience is they'll have access to what we call the local guide right here. So this will be just one of the steps that they'll be exposed to. They can go in here and click continue, and then they'll see all of the hand selected resources that you've put in there for them. So we can work at a company level. So if there's something specific that everybody at Zenith would like to have available, or we can also kind of just do it on a loan officer per loan officer basis. But this is also a great opportunity for you to highlight referrals that you really want to promote, have kind of that dual relationship, and then set yourself apart by hand selecting some really great resources for your borrowers.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's a really great feature, and you can get very, unique ways to use this based on different locations and strategies that you all might have.
Guys, for all the loan officers, you have clients that own businesses or clients that are in some kind of a service related industry. that you can begin to, I mean, you start helping them get business, they're going to want to get you business. So just got to think through who you're going to add. You have to be careful that you don't add somebody who doesn't deliver, but it could be a great opportunity. I know, Jacqueline, you've tried to help people do that same thing with their businesses, and it's gotten a lot of referral business for you in the past. So this would be a nice way to have it organized.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I've had an account for a couple of years. So how does that transfer over to our new like company-wide billing or?
I would, I'll make sure that you have my contact information. If you just want to send me your name and your email that you're currently using, I can just make sure that your actual account is just moved under the Zenith Home Loans account. So you'll get benefits of that branding as well as that, the fee.
Okay. And then I'm able on my end to like co-market with a realtor on these, like add their buyer's agent. So it looks like it's from both of us. Is that still an option?
That we would just have to confirm. John, we can also speak offline. That is an option that is available. We just need to make sure that we want to turn it on company-wide.
I can field that one. That is active. So once you actually see the invitation queue up on your dashboard, that's when you can go in there and you can add the agent information. So that's not something that's automated like the rest of your transaction data getting into that invite, but once it appears on your dashboard, you can go in there and add the agents.
Okay. Because now we're just adding them basically when we're doing, when we get the new contract. So now that's no longer something we need to do, it sounds like. Okay.
It's still going to be a manual step on your part within your updater account. That's not something that's included in the Encompass report. But it's just a matter of going to the dashboard and choosing that agent in a drop-down menu. So you do have that one extra step. It's not completely automated, but you have the ability to do it in your account.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. So Jordan, Tammy, when can you get the invitations out for everybody to set up their account? We're ready to go.
Had you had any additional conversation about the insurance step that we talked about? If you need that suppressed, we're going to have to submit that to our implementation team. And then once they complete that, we can send the invitations. Or if you want it as is, we can set you live right now.
Okay. We'll have that discussion today and let you know.
Okay. Even if you do need to suppress the step, it's not going to take long at all. We can definitely get this done by the end of the week, even if we need to take that additional step.
Okay. Sounds good.
Other questions?
Any other questions?
Have you had any like feedback from clients that's like it's too much at all?
Giuseppe, you've been using it. What's the
Or yeah,
feedback?
maybe you know.
No, I mean, almost everybody signs up. I didn't opt into getting the emails about, when they're getting all their emails. That would drive me crazy, but they sign up, whether they use it completely or just a little bit just to change their address. It's providing some value. No one's ever said like this. Well, I'm sure they would just opt out if they found it annoying or something, but the reminder, I used it when we moved, and I thought it was super easy to use, and the reminder emails were not anything that bothered me.
Wasn't obnoxious?
No.
Did they stop after closing then too? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, when we were entering them manually, you just enter their name, email, current address, new address, and target move date, and it's done. And yeah, the few times I peek in there, it seems like everyone pretty much signs up for an account.
And it's nice too, because it is coming from you, someone that they recognize, and they can sign up for the account. One of the benefits of the updater platform as well, as this is available to your borrowers for the lifetime of their account. So if they do happen to move again in the future, they can always log back in, add a new move, and then it will always be branded to you. So again, it's another nice touch point of saying, hey, I was your loan officer when you moved from here. Looks like you're moving again, or, just kind of always a reminder that you help them out on a big transaction.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, so this is only presenting to the client solicited, like things they requested, right? No unsolicited offers of, hey, here's a special discount if you use our repair guide, nothing like that, right?
Right.
Correct, yeah.
Wonderful. That's great. That's so important. And to be able to put our own referrals in there or people we know who are solid, I love that. That's how many people have had a bad mover, right? Bad moving experience.
You have.
It just happened. I know. Oh gosh, Giuseppe witnessed it. It was terrible, but that's why it's so important. Yeah.
Well, and that's something super important to point out here. Updater never ever transfers your client's information anywhere. And we don't use it internally even for any other reason, but to provide them the offers or the services that they've specifically requested. So when they use that move your stuff step, it's not like we're blasting out their contact info to 10 different movers. We're only going to share it with the specific mover that they tell us to. So I know safeguarding your client's information is an important point.
Well, and Giuseppe, I know you guys are really good at execution. So I know you've been really religious about getting your client signed up. If we'd have heard something negative, we'd already heard it. So you've been using it for a couple of years, and I don't know that you've gotten any positive feedback, but you've not gotten any negative feedback, which is the same. And if you've got people signing up for it, I think that this could probably overall be just another great value add, something that we do. And then it's another thing. If you can start co-marketing your agent, agents are going to love just another value add for the agent as well. So pretty solid deal. Is there any differentiation on when the export happens that you're not going to be like non-owner occupied purchase or maybe even a second home purchase? Is this going out to people no matter what, if it's a purchase, or are we able to differentiate those out?
I have it set up for purchases.
Should be just primary, I think, right? You don't want to. They're not
I
moving.
have not scraped that out, but I can.
Maybe
I'll
the
have to
second,
I'll have to double check if I scraped that out or not. I can't remember if I did.
maybe the second home guy, but definitely not the investor.
Yeah, I don't know how the report is set up right now. If it's not already set up to filter transactions like that out, it can be set up that way. If there ever is a transaction that sneaks by accidentally, you still will get that 2-day reminder and be able to cancel that particular invitation directly from the reminder. But we can put filters in place if they aren't already.
I'll double check that. I can't remember what I did with that.
Okay.
But we'll make sure it's set up without investment properties.
Well, all right. Well, Tammy, thanks you guys. I really appreciate your help. This was really good. This is pretty informative. So thank you, Jordan.
Awesome, of course. Well, we look forward to working with you and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll have a
Tammy,
recording
thanks,
just
Jordan.
get out to everyone so that you guys can see it. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome.
Bye.